called in again, have you? I'm so glad you have. There's a lot of lonely people about. And you know, if you've called in and you just need a little bit of encouragement or, you know, love. Because this world, at this moment, doesn't know how to show love. Doesn't. So if you've called in, you know, just spend a little bit of time with me. You know, you don't have to be like talking all the time to enjoy someone's company. Sometimes, you know, just take for example a dog. A dog, it doesn't need to talk to you. It sits next to you. Or it cuddles into you. Same with a cat. You know. And we have to show each other more love. I know that when somebody does something to us, it does affect us. And you think, is it really worth showing love to anyone? Because you always get bitten. It's a good job Father doesn't give up on us. Yeah, man. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna. I've got to, because my other half's not here with us, because we would be feeding off each other. I've just got a few little notes. One of them is glorifying the human. Glorifying the human. What's that all about? 144,000 Rainbow Warriors of Light. This message is for you. And if you're just calling in and you're not familiar with the 144, I've taken so many videos down. But I'm sure I'll bring it out again as time goes on, if I feel as if it's necessary, that this new one's calling in. Yeah. And then I'm going to talk about Judas Iscariot. Judas. Judas. A lot of misunderstanding about this guy. And then I would like to go back in time to a little place called Bethany. Bethany. What does Bethany mean? You know, if you go into the Hebrew, you'll realise why it was called Bethany. A little small place, about 2 miles out of Jerusalem. You know, it wasn't far off Jerusalem. Yeah, Bethany. And then maybe perhaps talk about how it ties in with Jerusalem I don't know which way I'm going to go yet. Anyway, let's just stick to that for now. I don't know. Sometimes Father just brings things in and it wasn't planned. I don't like planned things really. Even that. I got an A and I thought, well, I've got to have something. I knew I had to get an A for some reason. And the reason, I'm going to come onto it. But you know, it's nice to what I'll have to do, I'll have to turn the light out, okay, because it's an illustration. I've got no props, I've got nothing, so all I'm going to do is just have a little chat, you know, take you back into the past and have a think about why these stories were recorded in ancient text. Is there any deeper meanings behind it all? Because that's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. But let me just turn the light out because it's a sort of an illustration with lights. I'm bringing in sort of a red and a light. You'll get what I see. I hope it's all right when I turn the light out. Okay, so bear with us. Bear with us. Oh yeah, man. It's nice and cosy. Do you feel cosy? Do you feel nice and cosy? You're looking at me tattoo, aren't you? You're wondering what it is? I'll show you. Can you see it? Can you see it? You see it? Roses around the cross, the face of. Can you see it? The face of. Let's see if I can. Yeshua. You want to see me tattoos? Well, I think I've shown you before. I've got a dragon here. Egg of life. There's a lady with no. She should have a bra on. You see, she's a sort of a pirate. What's on this one? Yes. Oh, it's a special kind of snake, that one. Can you work out what kind of snake it is? In India? I don't think so. Got another cross. Another cross there. And I got an eel there. You want to see any more? And I got, I don't know if you can see it. I got, it's a ship. You see it? It's a ship. I don't know, Joseph. You're covered with fucking tattoos. You look like a commoner. One of those commoners. Every one of these have got significance. I was going to talk about this. Christians, and I have had them, condemn this. Oh yes. I got condemned for getting this one on as well. It's showing a woman's breasts. You know, in Africa, there's this different mentality. You know, it's and that's what I'm going to try and get onto. A different mentality. Now, if you've had enough already, please, you know, because I'm going to touch on something that may not be tasteful, So please, you know, only stop if you want to. This is sort of hard hitting. So I'm trying to give you a bit of time to, you know. Alright? And what I've got to do, I've got to go to the creek. What I was going to do, this is to do with glorifying the human. How do we glorify the human? 144. The 144,000. How do we glorify the human? We must recognize first of all that we are who we are. Spirit contained in a fleshly temple. That's what we are. This is like a container for the spirit. There is a war going on right now. Oh yes, I know this fucking war's going on all over the fucking place, Joseph. Please help me. Because this war is so stealthily, it can hardly be seen. It can hardly be seen. And what do I mean by that? Father, what do I mean by that? The stealth moves. Exactly what happened in the Garden of Eden. Right at the beginning there. Hey Eve, guess what? You can become independent and do your own thing. You choose. You've got great understanding. You choose what's right and what's wrong. Adam, just had a thought. What, my dear? Oh, you look so gorgeous today. Yes. I just had a thought. What about if we just Do I get what you're really saying, Eve? Don't you get it? Don't you get it? We can be our own gods. Yeah, man. You know, down there. We're being told not to go down there. Because it's you mean, yeah. We, Father, we can do what we want. Well, what about if if it doesn't work out? Well, it's a bit of a risk. What? Don't you like taking risks? Find out about these things. Find out what good and bad is. Okay. So be it. And now it began. Independence. Detaching from father. Trying to work out what's right and wrong yourself. Thinking that you are right. Always right. Never consulting father. Because you're always right. Now father has brought me into this world to bring love in true love, not this I love you and I love you. But you see, Yeshua, when he gave his word about this change, the frequency change, he wasn't expecting anything back. It was freely given, freely given. That's the kind of love that Yeshua had. He never got it back. Most of the time he didn't. His words, his teaching was given freely. He didn't make anything out of it. No. You know, way back then, you had a terrible situation in Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. And the ancient texts were saying, there's somebody coming to sort this out. So they waited and waited. And there was a number of guys came on the scene at the time. All rebels. They all looked very similar. Jews. Fighting for a cause. For freedom. Freedom from the yoke of Rome. Oh, it was bitter. Oh, yes. And there's a group of people. The Dagamen. They were sick and tired of the dominance. A bit like Hitler. That kind of atmosphere. So these men rebelled. Rebels they were. Oh yes. Takame. And there was other groups as well. All around that Palestine area at the time. It was very oppressive. Very oppressive. So you had uprisings of Jews. But there was a rising at the same time of light bearers who came to bring true light, the kingdom, our Father's kingdom. A light came in. And he lit up with the lights, candles, and he walked about in Palestine, in Israel. Oh yes. While these others were doing the same. It was a rough time to live. A rough time. And this group here, light bearers, were mixed up with all these others. Oh yes. Frequency of the scribes, the rabbis, the Pharisees. Couldn't work out who were the apostates. Who were the apostates? They were all apostates. But we were fighting for a cause. To free Jerusalem. And amongst all these was a group of 12 and 1. And it grew amongst all these others, these rebels. These were rebels for a good cause. Oh yes. Did you know you can be a rebel for a good cause? 144. You are. You're a rebel. I know you are. So what? So what if you're a rebel? It's for a good cause. So let's go back to the time period. There was Yeshua, a good rebel, a rebel for a good cause. And he had his band of men and women, as many, if not more. So these would come into towns and they would be viewed as like mafia coming into town. Some would think, oh yeah man, and others would think, trouble, 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 trouble. Did you know that was the atmosphere at the time? Oh yes. So when these men came into town, hey, guess who's coming into town? Got round very quick who was coming into town. Now there was an occasion when Yeshua, he was coming into town. You had to go to Jerusalem was on his way. Without going into detail, he only had a short time left. And by that time he had quite a few. He sent out 70 2x2s before him, because he was going to go into Jerusalem. So he sends them out. And there they go, declaring, these rebels, oh yes, people didn't like to hear what they were saying before he came in. So there they go, they went out. Yeshua said, let's call in at Bethany. And they went, wow, yeah man. So, word gets out that they're going to call in and see someone. Now remember the occasion of Lazarus. Lazarus. Oh, it was so close. Yeshua was so close to that family. Oh yes. And Lazarus and the two sisters, Mary and Martha. Oh, that was so close. So he had to call in. He had to call in. Anyway, word gets back, and Martha, she gets so excited. But you see, Martha, she sort of runs the show. She runs the show. Like a Jewish woman, runs the show. This is Martha. Oh, she was, and Jesus, Yeshua, he loved Martha. Oh, he loved her so much. And he loved Lazarus as well. He loved the whole family. And Mary. Oh yes, Mary. Anyway, cut a long story short, shall we? Can you imagine? Martha is saying to herself, yeah, she was coming. Yeah, she was coming. And all the, and she mentions all the names, because she knows them. It's all coming. What have I got? We've got this, we've got that, we've got this, we've got that. Mary. Yes. Mary, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. It means this and it means that. Okay. So, Martha's so excited. She loves Yeshua so much. She's gonna put on a big show to show how much she loves him. Oh yes. A lot of people don't realise that. This is the true story. So she, if you love someone and you got somebody